Get ready for a world of fluffy fun. Meet Tycho, the calm and thoughtful leader of the pack. And here comes Chowy. He's energetic, silly, and always ready to jump headfirst into a new adventure. Join the fun and meet Tycho and Chowy. Your new favorite puppy duo is here to stay. Once upon a time, in a sunny little neighborhood filled with bright flowers and tall green trees, lived two of the fluffiest best friends. Their names were Tycho and Chowy. Tycho was a beautiful white Chow Chow puppy with fur as soft and fluffy as fresh snow. Chowy was a sweet brown Chow Chow puppy with the biggest, kindest eyes you ever did see. Tycho giggled and bounced over to her best friend. The little blue butterfly danced through the air, leading them deeper into the garden. They followed it past the sunflowers. They went around the rose bush, and right under a low-hanging branch. Suddenly, they came to a part of the garden they had never seen before. There at the bottom of a big oak tree was a tiny wooden door. Tycho put her little black nose to the door and gave it a gentle push. Creak. The door opened slowly. He looked at Tycho with sparkling eyes. They had found a magical garden inside the tree. The two friends stepped inside. Inside, the world was glowing with soft golden light. Tiny mushrooms with rainbow tops dotted the ground. Little flowers shaped like stars twinkled all around. Chowy's tail wagged so fast it became a fluffy brown blur. The two friends stepped inside, paws patting softly on the mossy ground. The air smelled like sweet honey and fresh rain. Suddenly, they heard a tiny voice crying somewhere nearby. Sniffle, sniffle. Tycho's fluffy ears perked up. The hedgehog told them her name was Pip. She had wandered too far from home and could not find her family anywhere. Tycho gently nuzzled Pip's soft little back. Chowy sat right beside her and gave her a sweet puppy smile. Pip pointed to a tiny path lined with glowing pebbles. The path led deeper into the magical garden. Tycho went first, her white fur glowing in the soft light. Chowy followed close behind, with little Pip nestled safely on his fluffy back. He waved at them with his webbed hand. The friendly frog told them that Pip's family lived just beyond the silver waterfall. The puppies thanked him and bounced down the path with hope in their hearts. Their magical adventure had only just begun. See you in part 2, fluffy friends. Welcome back to the fluffy adventures of Tycho and Chowy. Our two brave Chow Chow puppies were on a very important mission. Tycho and Chowy were helping their new friend Pip the baby hedgehog find her way home. It was the silver waterfall the friendly frog had told them about. But wait, there was a big problem. A wide, bubbling stream stood right between the puppies and the waterfall. Tycho looked at Chowy with worried eyes. How would they ever get to the other side? Chowy padded along the edge of the stream, his fluffy tail swishing back and forth. A long log lay across the water just a few steps away. It was the perfect bridge for tiny puppy paws. But the log was wobbly. Very, very wobbly. Tycho took a deep breath and stepped onto the log first. Wobble, wobble. She froze in place. Slowly, very slowly, Tycho tiptoed across the wobbly log. When she reached the other side, she barked happily. He carefully balanced himself with Pip, clinging tightly to his fluffy fur. The three friends cheered together. They had crossed the stream as a team. Behind the splashing water was a little cave that glowed with soft pink light, and from inside the cave, they could hear tiny squeaks of joy. Pip's eyes lit up like little stars. Those were the voices of her family. Tycho and Chowy gently helped Pip down from Chowy's back. The little hedgehog scampered toward the cave on her tiny feet. She thanked them with the biggest hedgehog hug a puppy could ever get. Tycho and Chowy felt their hearts grow warm and full of joy. But the adventure was not quite over. Pip's papa told them that as a thank you, they had a magical surprise. The whole cave looked like a treasure chest of light. Tycho and Chowy gasped in wonder. They had never seen anything so beautiful in their whole fluffy lives. Something special was waiting for them in the water. What could it be? See you in part 3, fluffy friends. Welcome back to the magical adventures of Tycho and Chowy. Our brave fluffy friends were standing inside a glowing crystal cave behind the silver waterfall. Tycho and Chowy were about to discover something very special. Pip the hedgehog and her family had brought them to a sparkling pool of water that shimmered with all the colors of the rainbow. Whoever drank from its sparkly water could make one special wish come true. Tycho and Chowy looked at each other in amazement. Their fluffy tails wagged with excitement. But Tycho thought for a moment. She tilted her white fluffy head to the side. She did not want to make a wish just for herself. Chowy nodded his brown fluffy head. He felt the same way. The two best friends decided they wanted to do something kind instead. Tycho lapped up a tiny sip of the magical water. She closed her eyes tight and made her special wish. She wished for every lonely puppy in the world to find a friend just like Chowy. Then Chowy took his sip from the wishing pool. He closed his eyes and wished for every little animal to feel loved. Suddenly, the cave began to glow even brighter. Sparkles of pink, blue, and gold danced through the air. The crystal walls hummed a happy little song. Pip and her family clapped their tiny paws. After saying goodbye to Pip and her family, Tycho and Chowy stepped back outside the cave. The sun was shining warm and bright through the trees. They followed the glowing path back through the magical garden. But something felt different now. Their fur seemed to sparkle just a little bit too. As they walked, they came across a small clearing. In the middle sat a tiny Chow Chow puppy they had never seen before. The puppy had soft golden fur and a sweet little face. His name was Biscuit. Tycho and Chowy looked at each other and smiled. Their wish was already coming true. They bounced right over to Biscuit and gave him a big puppy hello. Tycho and Chowy felt happy too. They had made a brand new friend. Just like that, their kind wishes had filled the world with love. Welcome back to the final part of our magical adventure with Tycho and Chowy. But now, the sky was starting to change colors. The sun was beginning to set, painting the clouds with shades of pink, orange, and soft purple. The three puppies climbed to the top of a small grassy hill. They sat together and watched the beautiful sky. Suddenly, something amazing happened. As the sun went lower, the magical garden began to twinkle. Tiny lights appeared in the bushes and on the flowers. They were not just sparkles, they were friendly fireflies coming out to dance. The fireflies blinked hello to the puppies with their warm yellow lights. Biscuit gasped with delight. He had never seen fireflies before. The little firefly tickled her paw and flew away with a happy blink. Chowy chased a few fireflies in slow circles. Then the puppies heard a familiar voice. It was Pip the hedgehog. She had come to find them with her whole family. They wanted to share the sunset together. Soon, more little garden friends arrived. The friendly frog with his green hat hopped over. Even a tiny family of mice came to watch the sky. Tycho looked at all the happy faces around her. Her heart felt so full it might burst. She had never imagined that one tiny door in a tree would lead to so much love. Chowy nuzzled Tycho's soft white fur. They were the very best of friends, and now they had so many more friends too. Biscuit giggled as a firefly landed right on his nose. He looked at Tycho and Chowy with grateful eyes. "Thank you for being my friends," he whispered softly. As the last of the sun dipped below the trees, the magical garden glowed with a warm, gentle light. They promised to be kind, to be brave, and to share their love with everyone they met. Pip and her family curled up beside them. The friendly frog hummed a soft little tune. The whole magical garden felt like one big happy family. When you open your heart to new friends, magic happens everywhere you go. Kindness is the most wonderful adventure of all. Tomorrow would bring new fluffy adventures, but tonight, they had each other. And that was the most magical thing of all. Good night, fluffy friends. We hope you had so much fun today. Do not forget to subscribe for more adventures with Tycho and Chowy. We love you. See you next time. Thanks so much to all of our amazing subscribers for following our fluffy adventures. And before we go, we want to hear from you. Do you have a fur pet you'd like to see featured in our next adventure? Tell us their name and their favorite hobbies in the comments below. See you next time!